Good day. Today we're going to look at an introduction to trigonometry in respect to finding side lengths. Well, what is trigonometry? Simply put, it is the study of the ratios formed between the sides and angles of triangles. Specifically, we're talking about right triangles in Math 2. You have three types of functions, three types of ratios: sine, cosine, and tangent. Your sine function is the opposite over the hypotenuse. Your cosine, and we're talking about from the angle, your cosine is equal to the adjacent over the hypotenuse, and tangent is opposite over adjacent. Now, the way to remember this is Sakatoa. Some old hippie caught another hippie tripping on acid. That's a good way to remember it. You have to know this set of ratios. All right, let's look at how to set this up. I want to do number 2, and you can do 1 and 3. Actually, I'm going to do number 3, you can do 1 and 2. I like 3 better. Pythagorean theorem. To find the missing side, km. 16 squared plus km squared equals 34 squared. Km is going to be equal to the square root of 16 squared plus 34 squared minus 16 squared. That's going to be 900. Km is equal to 30. The step I didn't write, km squared is equal to 34 squared minus 16 squared, if you're solving it by hand. I didn't write that, probably should have, but km is 30. That's the main thing you need to know. Okay, sine of L, cosine of L, tangent of L. So I'm looking at the angle here. Sine, opposite over hypotenuse, some old hippie. My opposite of L is 30. My hypotenuse is 34. For 30 over 34, I'm going to simplify this into 15 divided by 17. You can use Desmos to simplify if you need it. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Caught another hippie. So adjacent is 16. Hypotenuse is 34. 16 divided by 34 will simplify down into 8 over 17. Tangent, opposite over adjacent, tripping on acid. My opposite is 30. My adjacent is 16. 30 over 16 is 15 over 8. There's my ratios. I'm asked to find the same thing now with the other angle, which is M. So I'm looking at angle M. Sine, opposite over hypotenuse, 16 over 34. So 8 over 17. Cosine, adjacent over hypotenuse, 30 over 34, which is 15 over 17. And opposite over adjacent, 16 over 30, 8 over 15. Notice the ratios are very similar. Matter of fact, depending on which angle I look at, sine and cosine are just switching, and tangent is flipping, reciprocating. Go ahead and pause at trial 1 and 2. Now this is all jam dandy and everything, but what can I do using this? Why is there any point of this? Well, that's these next problems. Number 4. For number 4, I'm given an angle of 28 degrees. I'm given x, I'm given 19. I cannot use the Pythagorean theorem, even though that would be easy. I don't have this side though. Since I don't know this side either, I cannot use Pythagorean theorem. There is no possible way. What I can do, though, is use a trig ratio. So I have opposite from the 28, and I have the hypotenuse. Opposite and hypotenuse is sine, so sine of 28 degrees is equal to opposite x over hypotenuse 19. Make sure you know how to move the 19 away from the x because it might be an answer on your test. So multiply by 19 on both sides. X is equal to 19 sine of 28. All right, now if you want the approximate answer, you're going to type this in Desmos. Let me show you how. Maybe if this will work. Left side and Desmos on the right side. Okay, first thing to do, we have a degree. Click the wrench, make sure where it says radian degrees that I'm clicking back and forth, make sure degree is the one that is highlighted. 19 for sine. You can go into functions if you want, but it's easier to type in sin. Sine of 28. This is approximately 8.9, round to nearest tenth, 8.9 units. Done. Let's look at number 5. Number 5, from my degree, I have the opposite, I have the adjacent, so the one across from it, the one beside of it. This is tangent. Tangent of my degree, 41, equals opposite x over adjacent, 32. For the exact answer, x is equal to 32, tangent of 41. I'm going to type this in Desmos to get my approximate solution. 32, tangent of 41, 27.8. Okay. Let's look at number 9. From the 43 degrees, I have adjacent and hypotenuse. This is cosine, so cosine of 36 equals adjacent over hypotenuse. 43, not 36, apologies. Adjacent is 36 over hypotenuse x. For the exact answer, I'm going to reciprocate these, so 1 over cosine of 43 is equal to x over 36, and now I'm going to multiply by 36. And if that's not the way you would do it, that's fine. Make sure you're going to be correct though. 36 over cosine of 43. Now, I can type that in just the way it's written to get x. I do want to show you can also type in cosine 43 minus parenthesis 36 over x, and I can still get the answer 49.2. So you have options is what I'm trying to show you. Go in and try numbers 6 through 11. I'm going to do number 13. You can do number 12. A ramp is used to load suitcases on an airplane. All right. There's my airplane. There's my ramp coming down to load my suitcases. If the cargo door is 7 feet from the ground, so the height is 7. Let me make this ramp a little bit bigger. Make it easier to see. So it's 7 feet off the ground. The angle formed by the end of the ramp and the ground is 25. This angle is 25. How long is the ramp? Here's my problem. I have opposite as 7 over hypotenuse, which is what I'm looking for, x. Opposite over hypotenuse is sine, so sine of 25 is equal to opposite 7 over hypotenuse, question mark. Question mark is equal to reciprocate, multiply by 7, 7 over sine of 25. I'm not working that one out. You can if you want. Either way, I'm going to type this in Desmos and see what we get. Oh man, forgot to hit the divide. $16.6 feet. And finished. Try number 12. Here's your answers. This is all we have today. Have a great rest of your day.